I wanted to talk to you today about self-sabotage. Yesterday I wrote a post around some of the main reasons why we engage in self-sabotage. And today I want to talk to you about how we start breaking those self-sabotaging patterns. But before we do, I want you to know two really important things about self-sabotage. Number one, as humans, we have all at some point in our lives engaged in self-sabotaging behavior. And so I don't want you to judge yourself or think that you're the only one who has engaged in this type of behavior, because we all have at some point. Number two, there's actually a positive intent behind your self-sabotaging actions. So the reason why your brain has come up with this pattern, there's a positive outcome it was looking for. It may not feel like a positive outcome, and at its surface, it may not seem like there's really any positivity that comes out of it. But underlying all of it, there is something that had you start engaging in this action. And it's important to start investigating what that is in order to break it. So let's go into the patterns of how to break self-sabotaging behavior. The first thing I would like you to do is to start really getting curious and observing both the trigger as well as the behavior. So I want you to start really becoming aware and conscious of what is triggering the action, and then what the action actually is. What in detail do you do? How do you feel before when that trigger happens? What are the feelings that are coming up for you? And then what are the feelings that happen while you're engaging in that self-sabotaging behavior? And then what happens to you right after? So I want you to become really conscious and really curious about that loop. Number two, I want you to really investigate what the positive intent for that behavior was. At some point in your life, you started this behavior and there was a positive outcome you were looking for. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I shared the fact that one of my self-sabotaging behaviors has been to run to chocolate as a way to manage stress. Now, I love chocolate, and there are times when I really sit, indulge, and enjoy every morsel of some chocolate. Those are not the moments where I'm self-sabotaging. Where I'm self-sabotaging, in those moments, I'm trying to fill a void, fill a gap, give myself some comfort and calmness after whatever it is that has triggered me that day. And so my positive intent there is that it's my way. At some point in my life, I have associated this as a way to give myself some self-care. So that's the positive intent that I want you to start really thinking about. When you're holding yourself back, what are you really trying to do? Keep yourself safe or comfortable? What is it? And I want you to really start thinking about that and writing that down. Number three, I want you to start really thinking about all of the costs and consequences of this behavior. I really want you to get intimate and really feel in your body what it has cost you to date to engage in this behavior. And if you carry this forward into 5, 10, 15 years from now, what are the consequences then? What have you taught your kids? What has it done to relationships? What have you missed out on because of this behavior? All of the pain and the struggle associated with it. What has it done to your confidence? What has it done to your self-esteem? I want you to really write this down. I want you to really get into detail and really feel in your body all of the pain associated if you maintain this self-sabotaging behavior. What I want you to do next is shake that off once you've completed that exercise and look at all of the pleasure that could come and the positive consequences and outcomes that could come by you shifting this action, by you shifting the behavior into something else. Again, I want you to think 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I want you to think about what it will do to your energy, what it'll do to your confidence if you're able to switch this up. I want you to think about what role model you can become, what it'll do to your energy, what will be possible, what will open up for you if you're able to shift again this behavior. Again, the important thing here is to really feel it in your body. The next step, step number 4, is for you to interrupt when you become aware that you're being triggered and that you're going into that behavior, is for you to do something outrageous that kind of cuts that pattern loop. And so, one of the things that I do, if I see a trigger for chocolate, I start dancing. I just start, moving my body, and I start laughing, and I just move it into something that's pleasurable for me, that I really enjoy. I'll put music on, I'll put my earphones on, and I put music on my phone, wherever it is, and if I can't dance because I'm in public, I will listen to music, and I'll put a big smile on my face. Interrupt that pattern. And the last thing that I want you to do is to introduce a new pattern, a new thing that will give you the same positive outcomes. I will go and take a bath. I will go and work out, because that's one of the ways that I know energizes me. Go for a walk. Whatever it is, the idea that you're replacing that pattern with something new. So that's it for me. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next week. Bye.